Hi, I'm Aiman. Welcome back to one of my backyard gardening videos. And today we're going to be doing an update on my mom's garden and the 2020 transformation of my mom's garden. And as you can see behind me, a lot has changed from last year. Alright, so first off, today is Tuesday. It's the third week of May, so about mid-May. And actually I was supposed to do this on Sunday, but it's the end of the year, so I'm busy with high school. But now we're here, so we might as well do it. By the way, if you're a newcomer here, it might be helpful if you watch the previous videos because this is a sort of continuous blog about transformation, and you're not going to really understand the transformation unless you watch the entire progression. But don't worry, at the end we'll try to summarize it for you. So let's get to the updates. So first off, you can see below me, we were working on a lot of wood projects, using a lot of old scrap wood for our garden boxes, which we'll show you later. And as you can see, there's a ton of sawdust, but there isn't really much wood because my dad has cleaned it up. Behind me, last week I mentioned that we started upcycling these tires in order to use them for planters. And you can see now, my mom has actually put mulch in all the tires to make it look prettier. Here, my dad has planted hydrangeas. I'm not sure if that's the right pronunciation, or hydrangea. We're gonna call it hydrangeas. And over here, I mentioned this last week, but we've actually replaced the 3-tier garden boxes with these new, I guess, regular garden boxes. They're a bit more elevated, so my mom has less trouble planting. And as you can see, my mom has actually already started planting peppers and eggplant. The same thing is on the other side. And what we're going to do here, here's the plan for next week. We're going to start making a sort of shelf so that we can access it from both sides, just in case we need to store anything for garden. Oh, and there's also, you guys in the comments, some newcomers might be wondering if that garden over there is part of our garden. That's actually my neighbor's garden. And it looks like they've been sort of starting to garden, and it looks like they're making some pretty good progress. And because of COVID, everyone's trying to get a head start on gardening and stuff. So it looks like they're doing well. All right, so if I didn't mention it, we also reinforced this side of the garden. There's a lot of stuff here, so let me see. We'll start off with the garlic. So this garlic right here, we're probably going to be able to harvest it mid-May, early June. The roses here, they're not blooming yet, but it looks like they're growing. The same thing with the strawberries. And it looks like, as you can see behind the strawberries, my dad has actually replaced the totes with a new garden bed, just like these ones. And I think what he's going for is sort of consistency. He's probably going to end up replacing most of these with garden beds. And right now it looks like it's in a work in progress right now, and we're not quite sure I'm not quite sure what my dad's vision for this garden is yet. But if you continue to watch my videos, in the future, then both you and I will discover what his true intentions for this garden is. And I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm thinking that it might have something to do with redoing his irrigation system, as you can see here. Okay, so it looks like our grapes are growing fine. That's always good to hear. You can see at the end there, my mom has planted a bit more. Not a lot more than we showed last time. All right, so just to put it into perspective, right over here we have what we had before. We had these totes. And as you can see on the right there, it's what we replaced it with, these new garden boxes. And look, my dad's done a pretty good job, right? Now behind me, I mentioned it earlier, but we have this arbor for growing grapes. Now, you might not be able to tell, maybe if you look at a different tree, but it's very windy. And right now, this arbor used to be very unsecured. It used to be secured to these garden boxes here, but as you can see, it's not holding up that well. So what my dad did is he made a new garden box, and you'll see over here is that he secured this arbor to that garden box. So he's probably going to replace this side too, for the sake of consistency, and so that this arbor won't blow away. Now then, let's go inside the garden. And the reason we're going inside is so if you've watched my last video, you've seen how big these plants are, but now that it's a week later, you can see how much progress has been made in their growth. So, okay. Wait a minute. These plants have changed. Now, I don't know much about plants, even though I am in my school's garden club. I'm not sure if that was important, but these have definitely changed, and I think it's because I seen my mom reading up on something called complementary planting before, and it looks like that's what she's done here. She's changed up the spots of the plants so that they help each other grow, I'm guessing. And it looks like, I'm just gonna go off these tags. This is cauliflower. This is definitely a different plant from this, so that's where my confusion comes from. This is broccoli, lettuce. There should be some peppers here, right? Peppers, kale. Wow, these have grown a lot. Marigolds, if I didn't mention them earlier. Collards, cauliflower, and jalapeno, spicy. Okay. And these are pepperoncini. I think I butchered that again. Oh, and my mom, I think, has labeled them. These are oriental plants. Alright, so it turns out, according to my dad, these are actually cucumbers. I don't know what oriental means. It's probably the species of cucumbers, but we have oriental cucumbers. We have pickles. My mom misspelled pickle. And okay, that's pretty strange. Burpless. We have cucumbers named burpless. Huh, I guess they're not very flatulent. Now then, these next three are sort of, if you've seen our earlier videos, you might know what these three beds used to be for, but now we're going to be using them for trellises. Wait, actually, it wasn't these three beds, it was that one on the far left, this one, and the one on the far right. But anyway, as I mentioned, these ones are going to be for the trellises. And you might have seen, I'm not sure if you did, but in the introduction, you might have seen our trellises, our new trellises that are shorter and thinner to be put in these garden boxes. Now, if you haven't seen our old trellises, you should go give our old videos a check out so that you can see just how different the old trellises were from the new ones. So in the future, we'll show you what the trellis system looks like when we have it fully implemented. And let's finish this up by looking at the rest of the plants. We have some more peppers here. Hot Portugal. Thai dragon. Let's see. We have some celery here. This one's called Hungarian yellow wax. Wow, I didn't realize that chili names were so exotic. And finally, Cuban elm. Over here, we have some lemongrass going. I think in the future we're actually going to be doing a video on how to plant lemongrass, and I think, was it turmeric, or I don't remember, but stay tuned for that in the future. And I think that's it. Okay, so actually another thing I forgot to mention is that going back to the trellises, we're actually going to be doing a video on how to make the trellises. So go check that out. It's right over there. And before we close off this video, we're going to go check out the plants over there. And I'll probably do my closing while we're walking there. Wow, look at the eggplants. If you guys don't know, my mom has started planting a lot of eggplants because I started, there was this one time I made ratatouille, and ratatouille uses a lot of squash and eggplants, and she ended up just planting them because of that. Because she wants to make ratatouille just from her own eggplants and squashes. Pretty cool, right? And some more plants here. I think these are chilies. And here is our tomato garden. So, with that, I'm Aiman, and thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos on EyeOnAiman. Especially keep a lookout on the garden updates because, as my dad says, transformation is not a one-time thing. It's always going to happen throughout the spring. and throughout the entire year. So go check it out and I'll see you there, but for now, I guess that's it. So, signing out. Peace. Alright, so as you can see with this work in progress trellis, my dad has already put in the horizontal cables. And you can see that they're very taut, very tight. But what we're looking at right now is the vertical cable. As you can see, my dad has started all the way at this end, and he sort of looped it through all these holes, up around, go back down, and up around. And what he's done is that while he's doing this, if you've ever done weaving, which you totally should, you're basically going on the right side, left side, left side, or outside, inside. And just to demonstrate, just wire this through. We're gonna go outside, it's inside, outside, inside, outside, inside, then through the hole. There we go. And you're gonna need to repeat this a whole ton of times, because you're gonna have to keep pulling this wire through all the way until you get to the end.